Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin, aka XDC. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting any way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So with that being said, of course I'm going to quickly address real quick what I said in my last 3 videos, just really quick, and to really kind of keep you guys updated. So of course on Bitcoin, watch for of course the 39.7k almost, it's like 39.6k area to really kind of be broken over. This is significant resistance, and we are awaiting for this level to really kind of break over this and really kind of hold above it to close above this on the daily. I do think that we will see this most likely if we do see it over the weekend, but I am more so watching next week more so than this weekend, because I do think that this weekend, with of course today as well, could be a little bit bloody. So I am watching Bitcoin, and I am watching the major indices as well before of course I even look into buying more altcoins, especially even XDC. XDC came down to about 4 cents, which was pretty much the level that I was watching for. It's almost the bottom structure of the summer prices back here. So, perfect area of entry for those individuals that did want to buy. Of course, did I buy XDC? No, I didn't. I had my eyes set on another gem. I might make some more videos on that one very, very soon. But of course, in terms of XDC, yes, we have been watching Xinfin for a very long time. We've been watching a lot of impulses on it. We've also been watching a lot of development happening on, of course, the Xinfin network in general. But we have been paying a lot of attention to one specific area, which of course is trade finance. Now, also with Bitcoin, excuse me, I do want you all to pay attention to 3 indices today. Of course, today is Friday, so indices could be a little bit red. These open at about 9:30 a.m. on the eastern side of things. Currently is about 7:48 a.m. where I live. But when we are talking about the indices, these are key for of course this market in terms of impulses on Bitcoin, of course impulse waves on even altcoins as well. So make sure that you are paying attention to the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and even the Dow Jones. But of course on Fridays these do close until of course Monday. Monday is usually the day to really kind of watch for these. But of course we do know that we have the weekly candle close this weekend, and of course we are ranging into Monday, the monthly candle close. So that's what I'm watching for right now in terms of this entire market. But with that being said, let's talk about some exciting things. So first off, we do see here TraxPay joins the ITFA worldwide. Let's shape the future of trade finance together. And of course they tag Andre Casterman. Digitizing trade documents such as payment guarantees and negotiable instruments is high on the agenda of both corporates and banks. We are extremely happy to have having TraxPay joining the mission. So again, when we're talking about this, yes, this is significant, and even going back to 2014, we do see TraxPay and MasterCard take supply chain finance global. I want you to all understand that the trade finance area is very huge, but even these companies, like for example TraxPay, a lot of people probably don't even know about TraxPay. Like, I'll be completely honest with you guys, I did not know about TraxPay before I started doing some major research on this company, and we do see that they are in the trade or the supply chain finance area in terms of digital forfeiting, dynamic discounting, and even reverse factoring and things like that. There's a lot of information on TraxPay that you guys could do some more research on. Of course, I'm not going to talk more so about TraxPay in general and break down TraxPay of a company. I'm just kind of doing an overview of this. But in terms of a company, they are focused on some major high-level, names. I mean, even here, a funding platform, many possibilities for corporate customers, suppliers, and banks. They're all focused on, of course, the big 3. Corporate customers, suppliers, and banks in the corporate field of things. But of course, we do see here, we help large companies to optimize their working capital and offer supply chain financing in a safe, sustainable, and bank-friendly way with our intuitive and easy-to-use platform. With the TraxPay financing platform, companies have access to all relevant forms of financing such as dynamic discounting, the sale, and of course securitization of receivables, reverse factoring, and factoring. We can seamlessly adapt these forms of financing to the liquidity needs of our customers, whether with our banking partners or our customers' house banks. The aim is to provide suppliers with liquidity anytime, anywhere, securely, quickly, and easily. And of course, I think them partnering with, of course, Xinfin is something that is fairly large. I think that Xinfin will play a big key role within this entire ecosystem for TraxPay. And of course, you guys can see their partners, banks. At TraxPay, we see banks as valuable partners and pursue the approach of mutually beneficial cooperation. So again, this is big. This is all talking about banks and corporate clients in general. And of course, we are going to see this, really kind of thrive in terms of a major use in, of course, trade finance. And we do know that this is trillions of dollars in terms of market value. And also we even see here, $4 trillion problem was $1.5 trillion before pandemic. Lack of end-to-end digital platforms, lack of risk collateral for originators, lack of connectivity with AI liquidity, some big launches coming up soon. Build it on XDC, and this is come from Trade Finance Group. Now, I'm going to be talking about Trade Finance Group here shortly, but during the pandemic, 40% of trade finance applications rejected by banks were from SMEs with large unmet demand. Could a going digital offer a solution? In this article, Ed Lam and Pamela Marr offer a roadmap to digital future for Asian SMEs. And the funny thing about this is that we go over here and we see pay attention. And of course, this is again coming from Trade Finance. What is the secret sauce for fintech success, and how can banks and fintechs get the most out of collaboration? In this article, Andre Kasserman of ITFA Worldwide reveals all. And this is, of course, talking about trade finance and also maximizing those major, use case areas. But also it's the idea that, Andre Kasserman is sitting on the board of Xinfin, who is specifically focused on trade finance. And here we have Trade Finance Global, TFDI, Trade Tech, and even an XDC network all interconnected. Trade finance and invoice finance solutions for businesses in the United States of America to trade, import, and export goods, access 270 banks, funds, and alternative lenders globally. I want you to all understand this is 270 banks. We even see here strategic partners, BAFT, ICC, ITFA, FCI, Institute of Export as well, and SME Finance. And again, trade finance, purchase order finance, stock finance, pre-export finance, import and export finance, structured commodity finance, letters of credit, bonds, and guarantees. Again, all these major use cases that we want to see in terms of the trade finance area. And of course, partner with us. This is the TFG. Now, again, tying back Trade Finance Global to, of course, for an example, Xinfin is fairly easy. Here you have it. Again, when we're talking about this, here we have Trade Finance Global partners with TFD Initiative as non-bank originator. Now, this goes back to February 14th, 2022. The funny thing about this is that they are all talking about, of course, trade finance in general without barriers. The vision here of achieving that is only achievable through one major, use case, and that is, of course, Xinfin XDC. Now, when we're talking about that, we already know that they did, do a digital NFT for trade finance through Trade Tech, for an example, right? But again, Xinfin sits on the board of these major, I would say, in groups of individuals. Like, for an example, TFD Initiative, major names on the board, Xinfin being one of them. But we even see here, head of trade and receivables finance at TFG said, at TFG, we originate trade and receivables finance opportunities globally, and we are always interested in broadening our base of liquidity providers, financial institutions, funds, and institutional investors, as demand has only increased during the pandemic. And this is the big key here. We look forward to working with the TFD Initiative to explore new partnerships and structures for collaboration. Guess who they're going to most likely partner with through this? That's right, Xinfin, because of course we know Xinfin is directly tied with TFD Initiative, and what better, honestly, what better partnership for Trade Finance Global than Xinfin? It's clear, cut, and dry to me that they will most likely be partnering with them. This is why I do believe that when we're tying all of this together, Xinfin definitely will be, of course, the big player here. Also, we do see SureComp partners with Anigio for sustainable and cost-efficient end-to-end digitization of course, trade documents. This is, again, another major connection to, of course, Xinfin. Anigio and Xinfin have been working together for a very long time on a lot of things, but this is something very, very big to mention. So first off, this is all most likely going to be including Xinfin, especially for digitization of these trade documents, because we do know, like I said, when we're talking about Xinfin, they are the first and only blockchain to have an NFT for trade finance through TradeTech, and it was successful. So again, this is where I believe Xinfin will, really kind of play a big role here as well. And again, they are talking about the ITFA, DNI, and the MLETR compliance solution, which of course, when we're talking about all of that, we do know Xinfin is working within those areas as well in terms of compliantness. And we see this partnership as critical to the evolution of creating an industry standard for digital trade. As one of the leading process automation technology providers, it means SureComp, together with Anigio, can now provide customers with the confidence to digitize trade documentation with interoperability and MLETR compliance without the worry of logging behind. I definitely think that this is a clear tied to, of course, Xinfin again. Like I said, if you guys don't know about Anigio, you should definitely do some more research on Anigio as well, because similar to TradeTech and even, TFDI, Xinfin is a huge player on a lot of these, companies, or in a lot of these companies as well. So again, pay attention to the things that are happening. Now, also, in terms of Xinfin, I do want to talk to you guys also about XSwap protocol, and I'm going to tie that in to the end of this video. So let's actually talk about this real quick. So, of course, TradeFinex, right? We know about TradeFinex connecting Xinfin to major areas around the world, especially major industries, right? Like, for an example, credit unions, credit agencies as well. Also, this is talking more so about tokenization of securities, interoperable with, trade finance as well, digitization platforms. All of this goes hand in hand with everything that we've been talking about within the Xinfin ecosystem. But also, I do want to talk to you guys about, even XSwap protocol as well. So let's kind of get over to XSwap protocol. So here we have XSwap protocol. Now, I've talked to you guys about XSwap. So let's actually go to XSwap. Here is XSwap protocol. So this one I was talking to you guys about a little bit. I would say about a couple. It was a little bit ago when it was at like around pretty much like the 3-4 area, like around this point here. Yeah, it is a little bit below those entries, but again, I do believe that this is going to provide a lot of value. This is at a $13.1 million market cap valuation currently. But when we are talking about XSwap protocol, this thing is huge in terms of some major bridges. So, of course, we do see the bridge between All-Chain Bridge connects 250 plus coins on other blockchains. Of course, you guys can see how this is all interconnected. And of course, you guys can read all about this in terms of it being an auto market maker, facilitates decentralized exchanges, of course, between XRC20 tokens. It's also a decentralized exchange. And, this is major connections to a lot. I mean, you can really kind of see how these major ecosystems are all kind of built upon one another and really kind of being utilized properly. XSwap protocol definitely is something to continue to watch for. Of course, I do say, I advise with caution to make sure that you do your own research before you actually put any money into XSwap protocol, because this, I know a lot of individuals are kind of, skeptical on, and, there's a lot of things that are suspicious on this, but I definitely do think that this being built on the Xinfin network as a decentralized exchange and even auto, market maker and stuff like that, I think that it has a lot of use cases behind it. You can really kind of see the ecosystem of the XSwap protocol as well. I'm very excited for this. I think that this, once the mainnet goes live, I think that this is going to be something to watch for and pay attention to, especially if you guys do want to see like maybe a 10x return and things like that. I mean, a 10x return on XSwap protocol is $130 million market cap. I mean, that's pretty funny to say the least, especially when we're talking about a lot of the assets within this space, even, decentralized exchanges like, Uniswap and things like that. They have some $1 billion plus market cap valuation. So just imagine what XSwap protocol could become once Xinfin is really kind of, in the limelight of things. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.